Okay. Thank you. We have 4 items of old business. YNHK on Rose Road is off the agenda tonight. They canceled. So if you came for the entertainment, sorry about that.
There'll be more.
Oh, they'll be back. Be sure of that. We have 2 items that we have for a public hearing. One of which does not show up on the agenda, but did take place in the mailing. If you came to Polygon, we're having it anyway. And YKS Bungalow. So we'll start with presentation by YKS Bungalow.
Arthur, can we just approve the August minutes first?
Anybody read them?
I don't know. You gotta ask.
Yeah.
If you did and you found them okay, make the motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
By the way, the motion is to approve the minutes as received.
Okay, and then I just have to mention one other thing, Art. I
Who
had
let you
a,
in?
I'm sorry, but, I had a member reach out. They wanna know if we can start doing the half-an-hour work session like the zoning board does before the meeting, so that you can kind of discuss the projects before you vote.
I'll talk it over with the members. In other words, come in at
6:30.
6:30. We'll talk about it at the end of the meeting.
Okay.
I'm seeing my dinner go bye-bye. Okay, with that, who's presenting YKS Bungalows? Public hearing, we're here to hear you people, you have the comments. You know the neighborhood, you know what's going on, we want your information. So, if you want to speak, go ahead, we'll go ahead with it. You don't have to be a neighbor to speak, but please, don't repeat what someone else says over. If
Can you
there's a
just
traffic problem.
Turn that to the public.
If there's a traffic problem, let's say, and somebody gets up and speaks eloquently and at length about the problem with traffic, you're getting up and repeating that doesn't help any. Just simply saying, I observed it, I saw it, I agree with it. I would appreciate that if you could. Okay, YKS.
Good evening, Moshe Atiyah here on behalf of YKS. This is an existing bungalow colony in the HR district, about 10 acres. They have constructed already a new shul building and new laundry room and about 7 small open decks. Some of them are just entrance decks and some of them are also pretty much entrance decks, all a couple square feet, all the decks. The zoning board has approved the new shul building, that has been approved by the ZBA already. And there has been, the sewer system has all been converted from the existing septic system. There used to be a septic system over here, it's all been connected to the town now. There's been an issue with it, it's been fixed up after that, and now over the past summer, it's been very good, the sewer system. We're proposing also a bus turnaround, just for the 2 buses coming in to pick up kids and drop them off, to take them to day camp. We're proposing a bus turnaround just because there has been issues with the bus parking on the road in the past. We're proposing improvements to the driveway, proposing a 26-foot driveway with a fire truck turnaround at the end of it. We're proposing to be improving the existing parking lot, and to be fixing up the drainage, which I'll let Kevin talk about a little bit more. I think that everything. I'm not sure if you want to talk about drainage.
Just real briefly on the drainage.
Kevin, can you just say your last name?
Dragancha. Thank you. As far as drainage improvements so far, this entire hillside has been, after the construction of the sewer system connection to the town system, has been grassed. It is entirely grass. There's no exposed soils left on the hillside. The culvert and drain was put in at the junction of the driveway and the roadway. And as Moshe said, the driveway into the colony is going to be improved. It's going to be widened to 26 feet. And then drainage swales are going to be constructed on this side of the road to direct all the stormwater flows from the roadway to the creek that runs here adjacent to the property.
Okay, time for you to speak. Anybody have a comment? I'm sure there's gonna be some, go ahead.
Are we permitted to ask them questions or strictly address you?
You can ask them. Now, I can't guarantee that they will answer directly. What will happen is, all questions that are asked will be answered in writing before they're approved. So if you ask something tonight and it's not answered, but we'll get it, we will have the answer for you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. So, my name is Barb Schmidt, I live on Church Road. I have a question, the Schul building, was that built with a permit or without a
It
permit?
was not built with a permit.
Beg
It
pardon?
was not built with a permit.
Got it. And then the property next door at 40 Church, that seems to be now connected with a gravel path. Are the two properties connected, and are there yeshiva students now living in that one-family house?
I don't believe it's connected. I know it's a separate property. I don't know. I'm gonna answer in writing. Possible.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Say your name, please.
Pam Wagner, can you hold on 1 second? It's just, it's easier when you have bouncing ball. Sorry, Good evening, planning board. My name is Pam Wagner.
Pam, can you just stand up so the
I'm sorry?
camera,
Oh, at
the
that.
camera can see you? To the mic? Yeah, the mic is on if you want to speak into that.
Hello? Listen, okay. Good evening, planning board. The planning board has a critical responsibility to review site plans, special use permits, subdivision proposals, ensuring projects align with the comprehensive plan. But your ability to do this depends on the building and code enforcement department to enforce stop work orders, issue permits, conduct inspections, and provide certificates of occupancy. When enforcement fails, the planning board cannot make sound, lawful decisions, and the public is left unprotected. For YKS bungalows at 44 Church Road in Mountaindale, the record shows a clear and ongoing pattern of non-compliance. In October 2023, work on the shul and the bungalow renovations had already been completed without permits before the applicant even came before the board. The board warned that ZBA approval and engineering studies were required. From February to May 2024, the applicant failed to appear at times, and when they did, issues like sewer capacity, fire access, and roadway safety remained unresolved. July of 2024, again, the applicant failed to appear. No progress was made. Violations remained uncorrected. February 2025, the ZBA variances were finally obtained and sewer upgrades were discussed, but major compliance questions, including the unpermitted shul, were still outstanding. July 2025, a scheduled public meeting was pulled from the agenda. No further progress was documented. September 2025, right now, the project remains before you with violations still unresolved. The facts are clear. This applicant built a shul without permits, renovated long abandoned bungalows without authorization, ignored repeated instructions from the board. Partial fixes have been offered, but the core violations remain. This mirrors other cases in Fallsburg, such as 40 Church Road LLC and Rose Road, where construction proceeded illegally and permits and approvals were issued after the fact, if at all. Developers are learning that they can build first and ask permission later because the town has failed to enforce its own codes. This is now systemic. Why should any new approvals be granted when this property owner has consistently acted in bad faith? Doing so sets a dangerous precedent, puts residents at risk, undermines both the planning board's authority and the rule of law in Fallsburg. I urge you, no further approvals should be considered until the applicant has corrected every violation, completed all required reviews, and demonstrated verified compliance. Anything less rewards non-compliance and weakens the board's role in protecting the public interest. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comment.
Pam, no, I can't stand. Got ready to try it.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Let's see.
We are in receipt of a letter, which I'd like to have entered into the minute. Vicky Kwachanik, asking us to read this out loud. I, Victoria Kwachanik, am the property owner of the residence of 68 Church Road in Mountaindale, New York. I am writing this letter as the homeowner of the neighboring parcel to express my concerns about the proposed variance at hand. Over several occasions last summer, I witnessed numerous buses blocking the road to load and unload large groups of children. I have attached pictures of one such occasion from Monday, July 3rd, 2023 at 5:19 p.m. Church Road is a heavily traveled road as a bypass from County Route 56 to Main Street. This particular parcel rests on top of an incline from Main Street and poses a definite threat to both the passengers who board the bus and also the motorists who cannot see them parked. Traffic is at a complete standstill and backs up in front of my driveway. My second concern is the noise level has increased tremendously. This is a quiet, peaceful residential neighborhood and has for 39 years since I've lived here. Last summer was a true disappointment with the abrupt disturbance of the neighborhood. Allowing a larger structure to be built will only add to the increased noise at all hours of the day and night for both myself as well as my animals at home. Lastly, I believe Mr. Viglianti represented the use of this property at the ZBA as a bungalow colony as historically has been, but in fact is being used as a camp. Busing in large numbers of children, the property has always operated as a small bungalow colony back when it was the A-Route Paradise, until recently as the Glenwild does not have the capacity to accommodate the busloads of children. I appreciate your time in listening to my concerns and hope that you take them into consideration. So, signed, Vicky Kwachanik. Anybody else? Okay, we're going to close the verbal part of the public hearing. We're going to let the written part remain open. So if you have comments or something you want to add to the record, we can still accept it. Last chance. The public hearing is adjourned until the next meeting for the written part. Now we have a peculiar situation. We have a project called Polygon, which has made notification to the neighbors, as they should, and has a receipt, but it was not published on our regular agenda. We're going to let them speak. We're going to answer questions as they arise. But we're going to leave it open for both verbal and written comments until the next meeting, at least until it's finished. Your name, sir?
Yes, Randy Wasson, Wasson Engineering, representing Polygon Excavating. Polygon owns a 5.2 acre parcel, which includes this piece right here. This is all one piece. It's on the west side of Glenwild Road, about a quarter of a mile north of the intersection with Church Road, I believe. Polygon is proposing to construct an 80 by 160 foot steel building to be used as a maintenance garage, storage, and just, he can work service garage for his construction equipment. And that's really it. It's about as simple as that. This is the building. This is just a yard around it and the driveway. Glenwild Road, and then these blue things here are just conceptually stormwater basins. We're still working on the SWIP, so they will be finalized and be back before the board in a more detailed fashion in the next month or so.
Okay, questions, anyone? You don't have to be a neighbor.
Arthur,
Yes, go ahead.
just
Your
wondering,
name out loud for the
Ann
record.
Wagner, I was wondering, what is this land zoned for? Is this considered commercial,
Industrial.
industrial? This is an industrial zoned area?
Yes,
I was just wondering, thank you.
okay, anyone else? Yes, the name, please.
Barb Schmidt. So I know you said where it is, I'm just trying to visualize. Is it near where where is it in relation to the resident group?
Across from the junkyard.
It's
Across
across,
the junkyard.
yeah, the junkyard is here and then wraps up around behind.
Got it, okay.
Okay, anybody else? All right, we're gonna adjourn the public hearing, but we're gonna have it on our agenda at the next meeting because of the publishing situation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, first item of old business, Joseph Vida requested 2-lot subdivision, zone R, acres 90, location 185 and 200, North County Road, Walton.
Good evening, Mike Kumar. I am a local attorney and represent actually the Mangello Group. So I apologize that we did not have all of our i's dotted and t's crossed last time, but we had provided maps to you. Last time we were here, you recall that Mr. Harris particularly was concerned about having superimposed on the map the balance of the parcel. This is a 101.56 acre parcel that is remaining unimproved. We are seeking to purchase from Mr. Vida 1.56 acres. So this is my client's current parcel. Down here is the 1.56 acre parcel that's unimproved, and there is no plan to do anything with it but leave it unimproved. My client wants to buy it because he believes they're not making land anymore. And it's contiguous to his property, so it makes sense to buy it. The balance of the 100 acres is across the road. So if we see here, this little piece is the parcel, and then it's across the road is the other 100 acres. So what we're seeking to do is to subdivide this 1.56 acres and then ultimately combine it with my client's 7.72 acres with a lot line improvement so that he would have roughly 9 acres there. And again, there is no plan to improve this. If there was a plan in the future, we'd be here. But there is no plan at all to improve that at this point.
Has there been a public hearing on this?
No, it was the first time was last month.
Correct.
So we need to have a public hearing. Board members have any questions?
Nothing where it is now.
No, we already had the public hearing.
We did last
We had it.
We had it last month, you weren't here.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I was asking.
Yep.
All right, so the parcel down the bottom of the map,
So it's this parcel right here.
right?
My client owns this currently, and the balance of the 100 acres starts at this point across the road, this being the point, and it goes up from Hilldale Road. The address is actually on Farms Road.
Cross Farm Road.
Cross Farm Road, thank you. That was that 8 o'clock moment of lapse. Cross Farms Road. So that's that, and again, I have no idea, Mr. Vida is not selling this property, I assume he's gonna leave it as is, and we're gonna leave this as is as well.
So they're just using the road as a natural subdivision.
It's a natural subdivision, when I spoke to Chris Knapp about it, he says, well, you know, it's a natural subdivision, so
Just needs a.
easy to do.
Officially provide the plat.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Is there any deed restrictions on that land?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I've done a title search, so.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is just sometimes they have something and I wanna have that clarified that you come back, if you have to come back or whatever, that they don't find out after the fact.
So title search is done, title search has been reviewed, there's nothing jumped out at me in the title search. But again, there's not even any future plans to do anything with this. The reality is, he's purchasing it because they don't make land. And in the event that he needs setbacks to do anything here, he's got that buffer. That's really the issue, there's no plans. He really couldn't do anything with this property the way it's laid out. I mean, you could, I suppose you could build a house on it.
Parking,
The plan is to build parking elsewhere.
well,
Possibly, we're working with the aquageologist, with the town, we met with the town engineer, Ken Ellsworth, last week. Because there are issues with the town's well that's actually up in this area, and they're doing some tests on our well to see what the effect of the draw from this well up here, which is now limited to about 50 gallons a minute, is on dropping our levels down. It's obviously the same aquifer. So whether or not we look at putting wells anywhere else along here is gonna be, the geologist that's working for the town is gonna assist us with looking at that issue. Okay? Anything else?
Have we taken lead agency on this?
I think we did.
Not being here hurt.
No,
It didn't
miss a lot.
actually didn't hurt, I have to admit.
We did not.
You did not, okay, so motion to take lead agency status. Is it possible, because it's not being used for anything, to make it a type 2, do we have to go on this?
I mean, I think technically speaking, I know lot line adjustments, you like to treat them as if they were subdivisions, but it's a simple lot line adjustment, so I think it would cover under type 2. I don't know, Dylan, do you disagree?
No, I know we spoke last meeting about being type 2, so exempt from seeker. The public hearing is still open for written, so we wouldn't need to close that out tonight. But yeah, no, I would agree. I think type 2 would be how we would treat this one.
For those of you listening and wondering what the heck we're talking about, there's something called CEQA, State Environmental Quality Review Act. We have to use that to examine every application in front of us. There are different types of actions. When you have one that is nothing happening, we have it's called a type 2. There's no action needed. An unlisted action, we would have to do something, we'd have to review it. But in this case, a motion from the board to declare the type 2 action and lead agency status. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second? All second. Anybody against? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Now, is there anything standing between us that you can think of and subdivision approval on this?
Can I ask my question? My property's right in the middle of that.
The public hearing was last month, I think?
Yeah.
Yes.
But go ahead anyway.
I was here,
Yeah.
I spoke, but
If you
nothing
have-
really seemed
Make it
resolved.
short, please.
So, see if I can figure this out. So my property is across and south, across Hilldale Road. And there's already quite a lot of noise. Sometimes they leave lights on in their parking lot that light up the whole sky at night. And if they get that property and move and do anything to it, it's moving more towards my house. And I'd like to see, right now I've got like a quarter mile with Mr. Vita, I guess his name is, with the commons, so I got notice that this was going on. But after this thing changes, all there will be a little like corner like Utah and New Mexico where, where my property will just, imaginarily be next to this, to the Formaggio property. Will I still be on the list when they change their mind and they say, oh, we need more parking or another this or that, which is probably bound to happen? Will I still be on the notice list to find out what's going on?
Well, because this would be a separate parcel and it's from any piece of the parcel, so the back corner, he might not meet the requirement now, so.
Depend if you're within 500 feet of a property line. At the time,
Yes,
if you
it's
want.
just corner,
we have
it'd just be
another
a corner,
public
right? Yeah, it would be touching the corner.
Well, that's all it has to do. If we have another public hearing,
Okay,
then you would be notified along with any other neighbors.
Which one is his?
But we're just using it at this point, they're not doing anything with it. So the only action we have is to allow a subdivision.
right, but this is a lot of trouble to go through if you have no plans for this piece of land.
People like to own
They
land.
need more parking.
They would have to come back with a site plan
Yeah.
and a public hearing and
All
everything.
all we're doing is allowing the subdivision, not anything else.
This is only comments regarding.
Okay, but I'll be on the list to get the notice.
If they're going to be in for public hearing. If it's just a building permit to do something, then you wouldn't get notice.
Oh,
Okay?
well,
But we can't do anything about that, it's a piece of land, it's got some rights.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, I ask again, is there anything between this and subdivision, final subdivision approval?
No, I guess a couple things, like you guys spoke, maybe we could talk to them about their lights that they have in the parking lot, see what we can do to dim them down. Because it is quite bright there, I went by there the other night.
It's not this
It's
property.
not this property, but I'm just saying,
We can say it.
we wanna be a good neighbor with the town, we can certainly work with the building department, we've got
Okay.
ongoing relations because of the
No problem.
water issue. And if there's an issue, I'm sure that Andy, but I'm not prepared to even
Yeah,
discuss
just
that.
discuss it to them.
Yeah, okay.
So I would entertain a motion for subdivision.
Motion to close public hearing first.
Still open?
Yeah.
Okay, motion to close the public hearing,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor? Okay, that's done. Okay, we have enough on the meets and bounds to identify the property?
Yeah.
So a motion for subdivision approval?
Just for the record, we did get a 239 back, it was local determination, there was nothing
Yeah,
on
so
it
it's,
problematic.
okay, I have a motion for subdivision approval, all in favor?
Who made it?
Yeah.
Lucky? Who's the second?
Second? All in favor? Any against? You're done.
Very good. Thank you, folks.
Okay, and the fun part of the meeting, YKS Bungalow. Helen, are you?
Technically, but I have to say that when this first came before the board, Adam was doing the planning board stuff,
You
so.
go back that far.
Yeah, and it's been in fits and starts, so, I'm not quite up to speed with everything, so don't ask me.
Thank you. Well, this one's a mess,
Yeah.
as we well know. Going ahead without any permits tends to make things slow up. TJ, where do they stand as far as the building that they built without permission? They built, shul, was it, without any plans? Have you inspected, where do we stand on that?
No, I met with Steve Vigilante out there when I first came back here, and he was supposed to get me an application, engineer's report, and a final electrical on the building. Because I don't sign off on buildings that were built without permits. Let them get an engineer, he signs off on it.
Okay, so that has to be done yet. Go ahead, Trevor.
How was this brought in and discussed at the ZBA? When what did the ZBA do in
So
reference to this?
TJ wasn't here
I don't know if this
then,
is,
and honestly, I wasn't at the ZBA then, I don't recall.
No, this is, I think, recently.
No,
No.
The ZBA has approved it for expansion to non-conforming use. The ZBA additionally made an interpretation that the shul is considered accessory structure. That's been a while ago.
Do you remember what month it was?
I'm looking at that, I have it in here.
had to be between,
March
it had to be
24.
before January
March 25.
25, because I
It
came
was
back
like 2 or 3
January.
years ago.
I came back at the end of January of 25, so it had to be in 24 that this happened. So you go to the ZBA first, before you build something, and ask, because it's a non-conforming use. So in other words, if you wanted to do a bungalow colony in that area today, you wouldn't be allowed to
Till in March
because.
of 24.
So they built the building before they went to the ZBA, is that correct?
No,
Yeah,
they went,
they did.
Yeah,
They did.
they did.
That's why you're-
So, number one, I'm looking at, they're operating, correct? You're operating as a camp,
Bungalow colony.
okay? So, number one, if there is a fire or something, they never deem the roads appropriate to get the fire truck up there. So how can you operate when there's a problem that way?
So, all the other buildings were existing, they were renovated without permits, but it is an existing place. The yellow building is the only new building.
And the
Okay.
ones that were renovated were under the previous owner, and they got permits and inspections.
Yeah, so with the ZBA, the motion was, and I've got it written down.
Yeah.
I believe exactly, it says the proposed building is not a non-conforming use and is rather an accessory use under the zoning code definitions, and therefore no use or area variance is required.
They just didn't come to planning board for the shul. They didn't need planning board to renovate the existing structures. So it's one building,
Okay, so they had,
which
the
they've got the
county
variance.
operating permit for a bungalow colony?
It always was a building.
It always was.
Yeah, but who inspects it?
It's not a camp, it doesn't
I
get,
was gonna say,
it's
no,
camp.
inspect your little colony.
The building got a variance. Now they're here for approval for a review for site plan. But the building TJ said we required an engineering inspection, electrical and everything since it's built to be reviewed and signed off by architect engineer before they.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you have an engineer's stamp plan for this building?
No,
That I'm aware of.
No.
Then they're in violation.
That's why they're here.
Okay.
They're giving the application to
We
start
can't
the
vote until
review.
they clear the violation.
They're not here for a vote.
Good.
Yeah, but, you
And
know,
they didn't go to the ZBA for a variance, they went for an interpretation, and that's what that
And they
ruling was by the
told they didn't
ZBA.
because they wanted to put a building that's not allowed
No,
in,
because they
No, no,
already
no,
put a
no.
building up and they were
Yeah.
trying to make it.
They wanted to build a shul, and they wanted to know if they needed a variance, and the board said no, because the shul is considered an accessory use to the bungalow colony, and wouldn't require a variance.
So they've had an application into the planning board for over a year. But their existing sewer system was failing.
correct?
So working with the building department and the town engineer, that was upgraded and connected to the town system, which didn't require planning board because it was a failing system, and that was the
Yeah.
only work that's been done since the violations were issued.
Okay, what happened to the violations when the sewer is running down the street? Did they ever go to court for that?
The DEC was on site, the sewer department was on site. I don't know what the building department has issued for that.
I don't know whether
That's-
that was it.
No, but hey,
And
listen,
when was-
I live in that town, and all the sewage is running down the ditch and going into the trout stream. So what's the story? They're gonna say, well, sorry, you know, what happened? And I'm gonna tell you also,
You said it's
That's,
repaired.
that's why.
That was two
Okay.
summers ago. That was 2 summers ago when that happened.
Cool.
The new sewer system was installed in the
well,
spring.
I'm gonna tell you something, I got pictures on my phone. 2 weeks before Chris Sutton started on the sewer system, they pumped all the sewer down the street again.
There was nobody living there that was using
I'm
sewage.
telling you,
There
it
was
was
stormwater runoff.
It wasn't stormwater, it was black
When was
septic.
it, Paul?
When was this, Paul? Just trying to get a
2 weeks
timeline.
before Chris
I
Sutton started.
received
When was
those
that?
photos from the town engineer and responded to Ken Ellsworth, the town engineer, detailing that there was no work being done on the site, nobody was living at the site, and it was pretty clear it was stormwater runoff. coming
It
off
wasn't
the-
stormwater
Oh,
runoff.
Paul, when was
Yes.
this? How many years ago?
No, it was this year.
This was in March.
This spring.
This was in March of this year, 2025, but it wasn't septic.
There's not even electric on the property at the time that picture was taken. So no pumps were able to work.
I'm telling you,
They had a
Well, once we
leach
explain the
field.
situation to
Something
Ken and
happened, I don't know
explain
what,
what
there
the
was no
picture
electric in the
showed,
Well, we're not
property.
gonna
Ken
focus on
agreed
Okay.
with what we.
I'm just getting tired of things happening like this and nothing is being done.
It is done, we did a new sewer system.
I understand that, sir, but the deal is, 2 weeks before they started, they must have pumped the
There was no
system
electric in
dry.
the property.
There was a functioning sewer system installed in 2024 as well. That
But we have
connected to the town sewer system, so there would be no need to pump septic systems. And
This is,
why would it be done in March?
I have
when
a
nobody was
question, if
living?
I may. What are the buses for?
We have currently buses now to pick up the kids and drop them off. There's 2 buses coming a day to pick them up and bring them to
So
daycare.
the kids are being taken from the site,
Correct.
not to the site?
Correct. And if the owner,
And you have now an off-road parking area, so it doesn't. they don't
Dormitory, the
have to block
buses
the
are
road?
picking up from out,
Can you come
other,
up on the camera and just state your name?
Yeah, just so
Joel
we can
Franco.
minutes.
Sorry, I was actually in traffic, so I'm late.
Just come up a little more, the camera's right there, go ahead.
Now you're on. So, tell me again, what they're doing to solve the problem of road blockage? But
We have, the engineer actually drew a plan.
the bus turn
We're
around.
going to make a bus turnaround, we're going to make a fire turnaround as well.
So they submitted a site plan and part of the sewer review, because we reviewed the sewer prior to the planning board review. The road was proposed to be widened to meet the fire requirements and a turnaround, so the buses aren't on the road when they pick up and drop off the kids.
is there sufficient information on the plan they're presenting for us to check and make sure it's okay?
Now we'll do a planning board site plan review on it.
Right, I'm wondering if we should have a blow-up of that section,
Well,
so that we have something to work with for inspection purposes.
yeah,
It seems we don't have a lot of information on the site.
Right.
You want a smaller scale?
I'd like a small scale, I think, of the through parking and arrangements for widening the road, so we have something to work with.
so this is a bungalow colony, right, not a camp, right?
Jump, yes.
Guess what?
It's a colony, literally 60 units or less.
Okay, so usually your kids get picked up by a bus, right? They go to camp every day?
Correct.
They don't send coach buses to pick up kids.
No, actually, there's.
It looks like kids getting off coach buses to me, so.
No, it's not kids.
What's that?
You can, this is the summer just passed, I guess we'll need to wait till the upcoming summer. There's 16, 17 units there. I would say 1 or 2 owns a car. The park is always empty, there's never traffic. The people can't come and they sit there actually to enjoy the beauty of the place. There's no action, there's no swimming pool, there's no place to play ball, there's no nothing. Nothing.
Fun to do.
Nothing, just sit out from morning till evening and enjoy it, and the summer comes, summer passes, they leave. Simple as that. Regarding the sewer, yes, we had issues. We invested last summer a lot of money, but it didn't work out. We didn't take the proper contractor. As per the board, we hired the top-notch one that you recommended. We did it. We have an engineer, he designed it, it worked perfectly fine.
Guess for the record, we don't recommend nobody.
No, I wouldn't say we
Let's
recommend.
say,
Yeah,
for the
no,
record,
he
we don't
did work for
recommend
the
nobody.
town, so we suggested that they go on but the best.
Alright. Alright, but still, if you can explain to me what that is.
I said the people that rent houses called the people that are in the place don't have cars.
Okay.
None of them. Actually,
Alright.
or one, not two, maybe one. They come at the beginning of the season, and we saw that until we don't have the new road up. We had them to ask to come with vans. They're being dropped off, and they're staying there the entire summer, and then they leave.
Okay.
There's no place for nothing. We don't have a pool yet. Maybe eventually we'll have. We don't have a pool. We don't have a place to play ball. Playing 16 and 17 small, tiny units. They sit out in the morning and go back to sleep in the evening.
Before I forget, Moshe, you're a member tonight. Just make it official, I forgot to mention earlier, you're a voting member.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. 239,
It was never done.
it is done?
No, it was never
No, it was
done.
never
Okay,
done.
then that
It needs
has
to
to
be
be
done.
done too.
And Moish, that's because there's an agricultural, so there's an ag data statement you gotta send to the county as part of that.
Did we give them enough homework?
Are we able to ask any questions?
No, not on this.
It's still open.
Okay, you know what you need to do?
Have a lot of work, yep.
We will see you at another meeting.
You can write in, it's still all right in.
You
You go right in.
Right, and yes.
Arthur?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Wait, hold on one second. Because this project has been kind of like in fits and starts over a long period of time, I couldn't find in my records and Dylan couldn't find, the whole seeker initiation. Do you have notes that the, board declared themselves lead agency? If not,
No.
we should just do that, just to kind of kick off the seeker process now that we have an actual plan to work on.
We never did that.
So I would say it's an unlisted action. I think it's fairly straightforward, so I think uncoordinated review would probably be appropriate in this case. So if you agree, you can just declare yourselves lead agency for the review and then leave it at that.
Okay, motion to take lead agency, action. Position, somebody lead agency,
Motion.
do I have a second? All in favor? It doesn't need coordinated review.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, next one's not so small. Mount Sinai Living, request continued review of 109 unit manufactured home park, still in REC, acre 79, Old Route 52 coming out of Woodburn. For those of you who don't know where this is located, if you're in town of Hamlet, Woodburn, and you're heading for Liberty, go up the hill, there's a right-hand turn with a substation. And it's just above that, on Old 52, to the top of the hill.
Keep going.
So it's right by Woodburn.
A little bit more. That's better, yep.
Good evening, Joel Cohen, representing this project, Mount Sinai Living. We presented this project at the July planning board meeting and had a work session with the planning board chair and town consultants afterwards. This is a proposed 109 unit mobile home park on Old Route 52. It's in the reg zoning district which permits such projects subject to planning board approval. The project is it's a total of about 79 acres with about 75 acres on, on the north side of Old State Route 52 and the rest of it on the south side of Old State Route 52. The maximum density based on a net acreage of 58.74 acres is 170 units. What we are proposing is 109 units. This project will have private water and private sewer, meaning on-site wells and wastewater treatment plants, which will discharge into the stream, as this project is not within the town water or sewer district. The planning board chair at the July meeting suggested that the main entrance should be moved over, so it should not be directly across a single-family home. So that is shown on the revised plan. At a work session, the plan would indicate that being this project is a type 1 action on the SECRA and there is a private water sewer system, the board will be looking to pilot this project and require an EIS. So as part of the submission, we submitted a long form EAF and a draft scoping document, which was prepared by our planner for this project, Tom Shepstone. So what we're looking for tonight is for the board to intend or declare themselves as lead agency so that we can start the seeker process and move right into scoping.
So, does anybody have any questions?
You've been brought on board already?
Yes, again, this is only the second time that they've been here. The first introduction was in July. So I think both Dylan and I, feel strongly that because it is a type 1 action, that it makes sense to move towards a positive declaration and preparation of an EIS. So the first step would be declaring your intent to serve as lead agency. It's a type 1 action, so you have to do coordinated review. So that would mean that the applicant would work with the town to circulate those notices to all the lead agencies. I haven't had a chance to look at the long form EAF that you submitted. I noticed it's not signed or dated. Did you want me to look at it first and provide comments,
Sure.
if there is any?
Sure.
Because then once the 30 days has elapsed, if nobody, expresses, their
Interest.
desire to be lead agency,
They
we
run
can,
like hell. in the-
I know, right? We can move right into basically filling out parts 2 and parts 3 issuing a positive declaration, and then moving right into scoping. We haven't had an EIS in a long time. I think the Woodburn project, right, was
Timber
probably
Ridge.
the last one, right?
Which one? Timber Ridge, Westbourne?
Westbourne, thank you, and that's been quite a while. So those are the next steps, and scoping is basically just a fancy word for coming to an agreement on a table of contents for the environmental impact statement. Seeker requires public scoping, that could be in the form of a public hearing where people can give comments on the draft scope, or it could be, you know, just publishing it on the town website and asking for written comments. So I would just think about that between now and the next meeting, how you wanna handle, you know, the public part of the scoping
We've always
process.
made it public.
I'm sorry?
In the past, we've always made it public.
Yes, in the past, it was basically optional, and the board has always chosen to do a public process, but when they updated the seeker regulations, they made scoping that it mandatory, it has to be a public process, so,
Okay.
okay? But how you do that is up to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a public hearing where people come in person, but that's what you've done in the past, and if you're comfortable with that, that's certainly appropriate.
So we want to be as transparent as we
Yep.
can under the conditions that exist today.
Yep.
Okay, so, the motion to, for the intent to take lead agency status, it'll be circulated to see if anybody else wants it. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second motion. All right, all in favor? So we've got lead agency status. We will circulate it and find out if anybody volunteers to it instead of us. They won't.
Yep. And
No one
Joel,
will.
can you basically send me, I don't see it here, but it may be here, basically the list of all the involved and interested agencies, just to make sure we're covering everybody before they get sent out.
Now, when will the next planning board meeting be?
I was just looking at the calendar, yeah.
So it's gonna be during holiday.
Might be a quick meeting then.
So, we
And we
are,
move it
So the
over.
9th is a holiday?
Is it
Well-
Yom Kippur?
September
It's
11th,
Sukkot.
the 9th is?
How about 16? I mean, we have
That's
five,
ZBA.
we have 5 Thursdays in the month.
We'll have to do the 23rd then.
23rd?
I am gonna be on vacation, but don't let that stop you.
Oh, no, that does stop us.
Let me go on vacation.
Leave it on the night.
No, they can exist without me on vacation.
I was gonna
They can't
say,
exist without you.
if they can exist without you, they can exist without me.
Do we go to a Monday?
Board members, I have no problem with Monday.
No.
Which Monday?
I'm asking Helen and Billy.
I leave the 16th.
I mean, there's no sense doing it without Helen here, she's gonna be running that part.
13th is a holiday.
Could we, I know you wanna move quickly, Joel, but because of the holiday and everything else, and you gotta do your circulation of notices, can we just plan for the November meeting?
I mean,
There's no.
it's not just about this project, it's about other applicants as
No,
well.
of course, but for this project, maybe we shoot for the 13th for, you know, taking the next seeker step of November.
Well, let's see when the next planning board meeting will be. I mean, if we have the 30 days, then we can do the 30 days. Otherwise,
Unless
we'll have
we
to
go
do
to the
November.
last, Thursday, which is the 30th.
It kills us on the next one
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, it does. The 13th.
How about doing on the 16th and moving over the ZBA to the 23rd? So you move everything with a week? Too much work.
Which one can the 16th?
Why are you going to ZBA?
That's Dylan's.
No, not me. Just-
ZBA meeting will be.
Either day, I'll be around the 23rd, so I mean, I can make the 23rd work for ZBA or planning board, but.
Don't do the 16th.
Well, we can't do the 23rd for planning board because Helen's not here.
Yeah, I'm saying for ZBA.
Otherwise, it's,
I mean, is there any way, we can't read the tea leaves on applications, but to do planning board before ZBA on the 23rd or the 16th?
The same night?
We can't have them on the same night.
Right, and again, I leave.
Depending on timing,
We're in two different locations, well, I guess we could move ZBA over here.
yeah, we just do it in the same.
It's two
Run-
different boards.
Well, yeah, we just run one and when it ends, you start the other, just leave like a gap. But again, we'd be having a lot of moving parts
Who
on
gets the late shift?
Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I know in the
I'd
past.
rather move ZBA to the 23rd and do planning board on the 16th.
Yeah, that works for me.
Good, Helen?
It's fine.
Oh, wait, you leave then?
I leave on the 16th and I'm gone for like a week and a half, but again, 1 month is not gonna kill anybody. So I feel like if we could keep the meeting for the 9th, I
I
don't
don't know, but
know,
when are we gonna have a meeting in October, we're saying?
on the 9th.
That's a holiday. Have a meeting without,
Jill, does it really make a difference if
There's
there's
no
no
have
other.
the applicant.
Sit outside.
Well, that would make it easy.
You could put
What
it.
about
Have it on the
the,
night,
can come on the
you know,
cancel
there's nothing will
I
happen.
can come on the night.
Can we do it on like a Monday or a Tuesday?
Late night,
Tuesday
11
sound
would work.
works. I can't be in two places at once.
Yes.
what about the 8th, the night before?
It's all holidays, I think from the 7th to the 15th.
Okay.
7 and the 8 definitely, no, and 14 and 15.
Doing a lot, Bill. Just hold it on the 9th.
We
When
can
we're
hold
done,
it
get
during the
done.
holiday and everybody will have to put off a month.
That's all.
Hold it on a regular time. We
Might just
can't,
cancel the
unless we
meeting.
can come to a day, and everybody can.
What
agree.
Not have a meeting that month?
No, just
No, we'll
have
have
a
the
meeting
meeting,
and
there just
there,
won't be anybody here.
there may be other applications that
I'm
come
kidding.
in that.
Let's keep it to the regular one, unless you can come up with a date.
I'm asking you guys.
I'm good for the night.
You go for the night and then.
This is not gonna kill any development going on there.
That should slow things up.
I mean, look, if we can't do it, we can't do it. I mean, we have seven projects on tonight's agenda.
Right.
Only one of them would be able to come if this would be on a holiday.
Oh,
So
what
it's
a
like you have
shame.
6 applicants
They just go.
that would have to be pushed off a month. So it would be nice if the board would
The
consider
problem
that.
is we can't come up with
Okay.
enough of a date, otherwise we'll take it. We'll keep it tentatively at the 9th. If we can figure an alternate date, we'll circulate and do it.
So we're trying to work on it for everyone, that's what we're
I
saying.
I don't see any way to go forward.
Oh, Wednesday the 22nd.
Helen's not here.
Again, don't go by me. I'm gone from the 16th through the 26th.
Where are you going?
Hmm?
Where are you going?
North Carolina.
Oh, that's fine.
The 27th.
And we'll expect the details later on.
We're doing a Zoom meeting for you.
Okay, legal vote.
Some.
All right, so that's what we'll have to do. One thing, Joe,
Yes.
they,
But it doesn't work because everything.
everything is going to depend upon the wells in this project. You're going to,
Sure.
have you done any review of surrounding wells to see productivity?
So we have a hydrogeologist who reviewed well locations and fracture tracing analysis. And he came up with some well locations to drill test wells. And those maps will be submitted to the DOH for their approval.
Okay, because you're gonna need it for the seek anyway.
Of course.
I
We'll
would,
need to demonstrate that we have adequate water supply.
I was wondering if your client should do that early and save himself some money in
We
case you can't get
do,
it.
we do want to do that as early as possible.
Yeah,
And we start already working on it. Thank you.
okay. All right, that's it for tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, HCS Resort. Whatever they are. So site plan approval.
It's upside down here.
All right,
Nobody's looking at that.
you understand.
No one's looking at the map. Here. Too loud.
First thing I wanna do is make sure we close the public hearings on this one.
The written is still open.
Okay, so a motion to close the written portion of the public hearing. There's been nothing in it, correct?
Nothing.
Well, we got one heck of a letter from Venetian Village.
So we did get a couple letters and I sent them to all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it. Okay, so that, motion to close the public hearing,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next item is secret, we have to do a negative deck. What I would like to do on this one, just to make sure we're covered on it, I want to read through the short environmental assessment form so the board members are familiar with it, as in case we vote no or yes on the negative deck.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, you need to declare yourself lead agency first. That was
We have not done that.
No, you have not.
This has been in front of us for months and we never did it.
I understand. It was a motion made at the last meeting of the board, and it received no votes in favor. It just was not acted.
Okay, motion to declare lead agency status unlisted action. Bucky, you wanna make the motion?
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Paul
Paul's
second.
got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Okay. Now, to expedite the process and make sure that we do a thorough review of it, I want to go through the short form since we're moving right along here. I'm going to read it out, and there's 11 items on it. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with the adopted land use plan or zoning regulations? No impact or small impact. Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of the use of land? Not significant, no. This is a small action in the context of the entire project. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? Again, it's a relatively small addition to a very large project. So the answer is no impact or small impact. Feel free to argue with me if you wish. 4, will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? There is none there. 5, will the proposed action result in an adverse change to the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway? Because the use is for internal use, not external use, we shouldn't have any increase in traffic for it, theoretically. 6, will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy, and it fails to incorporate reasonable available energy conservation and renewable energy opportunities? I'll let the applicant mention that one.
No.
Thank you. Just making you part of the system. 7, will the proposed action impact existing public or private water supplies, public or private wastewater treatment? Again, it's a small impact in the context of the entire project. 8, will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? Not there, it won't. And there would be no small. 9, will proposed action result in adverse change in natural resources? The ground has already been covered with blacktop, so no. Will proposed action result in an increase in potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? Again, no real change. The putting of the mikveh, the roof of the mikveh is where blacktop is now, so it's an impermeable surface. 11, will proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources and human health? None. No impact. Does anybody have any discussion on the environmental? So I have a motion, there being no impact, a motion for a negative deck.
Motion.
Bucky, second?
Second.
Irvin, second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
That's 3, mine 4. Do I have a fifth? Motion? Did you vote? I didn't hear you.
No, you're vote.
No.
Okay, you're abstaining. Okay, you're not voting. Okay, we have 3, we have 4, which is enough. Okay. We come to the final moment here. Let me just find a copy of it. Planning Board of Town of Fallsburg, site plan and special permit review, home care services for families and children, HCS Resorts. Does anybody have discussion before I go into the details here? Of the final resolution? Nobody has any comments? All right, I'm not gonna read the standard conditions, just because it takes time and we hear them every month. Site-specific conditions. A, outdoor PA system and speakers need to operate in compliance with town code, and permits will be required in accordance to the town code prior to June 1, 2026. That's part of our conditions. Violated, and it violates the site plan. B, the addition of a grocery store building and a mikveh have been approved, according to the document, as accessory uses to the principal use of existing hotel on the property and shall be the exclusive use of the hotel guests and their families, Venetian Villas owners and their families, and those attending the shul at the property. And C, parking lot on site adjacent to the grocery store building and the mikveh addition shall not be used for recreation at times when any cars are occupying a lot. Similarly, the parking lot will not be used for parking at times when it is in use for recreational purposes. And that is the major additions we have put on here. Does anybody have anything else they want to put on? Any comments before we vote? Okay, motion to approve site plan and special permit. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have a second? All in favor, raise your hands. I want to make sure it's noted. Votes, 3 votes. You voting over there? No? 4? We have 4 votes affirmative and 1 abstention. Motion is passed.
Thank you.
It's unfortunate we can't do more for the meeting.
Yeah, well, you can do a lot when the speakers are too loud, to get the votes, right?
Yes, when the speakers get turned on, we'll have it at night.
Yeah, I just don't see any way the planning board can affect it.
No, not us. We're not gonna go to the family.
Okay, we have 2 more items, I believe. These are new business. Lake subdivision, that's a 3-lot subdivision. Zone HR, 2.68 acres, location Stratton Hill Road, corner of Hillside, South Florida. An HR zone, so it's half acre.
12.5 hours.
Okay, you can ignore it, Jack, thank you. Go ahead.
Good evening, Joel Conley representing this 3-lot subdivision for Relakes LLC. As the chairman said, it's a proposed 3-lot subdivision on Stratton Hill. This is Stratton Hill Road, so this is Hillside Lane, this is La Vista. The property is a 2.68 acre parcel that spans on both sides of Hillside Lane. The proposal is to subdivide it into 3. It's in the HR zoning district, which requires a minimum of 12,500 square feet per lot for a single-family home. Lot 1 is proposed to be 22,014 square feet. Lot 2 is proposed to be 80,201 square feet. Lot 3 is proposed as 14,432 square feet. So it meets all the bulk requirements from the zoning. So we're looking for approval of the subdivision. I guess we're gonna have a public hearing on that.
Let's have a public hearing. Is it possible on the smaller lots, for the purposes of the public hearing and our information, to put in where a house would fit? So we can make sure.
Yeah, a building envelope.
Can you include LiDAR just so it's, I don't know what the grade is, make sure you can get a driveway.
Yeah.
Steep, yeah.
Make sure it's a usable driveway.
Yeah.
Anything else we want on it for the next meeting?
The one other thing, this is actually within 500 feet of State Route 42. So we're going to have a 239 view. I believe the agreement with the county 239 view goes only for a 2-lot subdivision, if it does. For exemption for 239 view.
I think you're right, but
I
I
think
don't have it in
2-lot
front
sub,
of me.
okay, yeah, probably need a 239.
What's the matter?
No, I was just wondering, can we make sure that there's adequate for parking, that they can get in and have,
They will meet the minimum requirements, there is ample space for parking on all 3 lots.
okay, that's what I'd like to make sure, because,
As the chairman requested, we'll add a building envelope, so you'll see where the building can fit and
and like
there's
the
a
parking and.
It's not gonna, we're not gonna show a building per se or parking spaces, because they can essentially do it wherever they want on the
Wherever they
property, as
want,
long as they
but
meet the
As long
setbacks.
as there's adequate,
Sure. Which they will need, there's adequate space for that, we'll show the building envelope and we'll put on LiDAR, so.
sideways, you know,
Can you put sensitive driveway locations, knowing that it's subject to
Well,
change? I think that's.
We can put it on, but it's.
Put it on, but they're gonna move it, that's not what they want.
well, no, it isn't the point.
Just to, it can be shown that it can be done.
Like the gradient that Hayden mentioned, should.
Yeah, we'll do that.
If you put it on there, it's not gonna hold them to where, that they have to build in that exact spot.
You know, but for example, that,
But it shows that it, like Paul wanted, you only need a driveway on a single-family dwelling. You don't need a parking lot.
I understand that.
Yeah,
But on
I agree with you.
yeah. But on the corner lot, are you expecting the driveway would be off of Stratton Hill or Hillsdale, or you haven't really,
I mean, probably Hillside Lane.
probably Hillsdale?
Makes sense to have it like from a smaller street rather than from a,
Yep.
I mean, it's not a major street, but
No, I was just
a more
curious.
busier.
Okay.
Did we say public hearing for next?
If it's gonna be October 9th, well, I'm not gonna be here, unless if it's another day.
They'll apply for it when they need it.
Okay.
So can we schedule a public hearing for whenever we are ready for a public hearing?
Yes,
Yes.
you need but to ask.
Thank you.
All right, and finally, who's doing 21 Edgewood Place?
I'll be doing that one too.
Oh, isn't that nice?
So I'm trying to keep it along, so move it along.
This one is a little bit difficult.
So this is this is 2 parcels. What we're proposing here is to change a lot. This is on 21 Edgewood Place, actually, the survey says drive. So they're proposing to move the lot line with 30 feet towards the back of the property and gain about 2,700 square feet to the front property, the front house.
Tell me something, that back lot that you're cutting down, it's got that funny shape to it.
Yep.
Is that landlocked?
It is landlocked, yes.
And therein lies the question. Where it's a landlocked lot, and you're asking us to take a piece of it.
Yes.
So in essence, even though it's a lot line improvement, it's a type of subdivision. And we're creating, or okaying, a landlocked lot. Why doesn't the owner take the whole damn thing and solve the problem?
So we're not creating a landlocked lot? There is
You're
a
not creating it, but
there is a
you're-
landlocked lot, and we're not increasing the non-conformity of that landlocked lot.
Hi, Tony.
What's the reason for it?
I'll have to take a closer look for the next meeting and can let you know, but, I mean, you would have the same existing non-conforming lot, and you're shipping a piece off it, so, I mean, it'd still be a non-conforming lot, just a smaller non-conforming lot, but I can take a look and see. if
Yeah, I just
there's
wanna make
anything
sure that,
necessary.
because other than that, there's nothing we're gonna do. And frankly, if it weren't for that situation, we could do it tonight. Because for a lot line improvement, we can waive the public hearing.
Yoily, is there a reason why this is happening?
They wanna have more space towards the front. I believe they'll be selling the back property to one of the neighbors, so they may be able to combine it at a later date, but I haven't confirmed that 100%. But that's, my understanding is that is the intention, but I don't wanna confirm something that I don't have firm confirmation of that.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah, because at some point, one of the neighbors will end up with this lot.
Well,
I'm
it's
not
kinda
sure,
like,
I'm not sure yet
it's
which
kinda like
one.
the Formaggio thing that
But-
we saw before, we wouldn't have necessarily done that if it was just, you know what I mean, it was kind of a package deal.
And the only person that's gonna,
Benefit.
thank you, benefit, I couldn't think of it, benefit is one of the neighbors touching it.
Correct,
And it
yes.
would make it, you know, accessible from their lot.
Correct, and they could then combine it just with a parcel combination application of the assessors office.
Exactly.
Well, the only question I had, rephrasing the question, or repeating the question, is there any legal problem with what we're doing?
Not that I'm aware of, I mean, I didn't research it before today, and I haven't come across that in some time, but I'll take a look.
Yeah, except for that, I we would have finished it tonight.
So-
Does the lot that you're taking away acreage from, just to say, it still meets the requirements of the zone?
Correct, that's what I just wanted to say. So this will still have 15,000 square feet plus, and the requirement for the HR zoning district is 12,500 square feet. It's not conforming because it doesn't have the
So you're
frontage,
not making
but we're not, that's what I said before, we're not increasing, I didn't get into the
Well, there's
numbers.
no way of access. so
We're
it's
not increasing the non-conformity of this parcel. We're reducing the size of this parcel from roughly 18,000 to 15,000
I
plus.
understand that.
Right, which is still conforming
The
with
question
regards
is,
to the
do we
minimum
trip
lot.
over something in the law where we are not allowed to create not a lot which has no way of getting in and out? And if we're sure that it's not a problem, then it's fine. But I would like to know for sure.
No problem, so I guess then we'll do the research and we'll get back to the next meeting.
No, you know what I mean, it's not like the house meeting.
Not building because there's no access to it.
No,
Do
the
you
one
wanna
in the
make a
front.
motion to waive the public hearing now though, or?
Well, this is nothing further. So, motion to waive the public hearing, so the next meeting he doesn't have to send out notices.
Thank you.
Motion second?
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you. I'll go a little further and ask if the board would approve this with a condition that don't confirm that it's legal. Because otherwise, there's nothing more to review on
And I
this.
ask once more our legal advisor if we can do that.
Yeah, I guess the condition would be that the map can't be signed unless and until there's an answer in the affirmative that you can shave off the parcel. I think that would be generally what the motion would be.
Does anybody have any objection to that? Okay,
So can I ask?
good word.
Go ahead.
Motion for conditional approval pending resolution of the problem of the lot that is not legal.
What do you think, Moise? Should we vote on this one?
We're gonna vote on it. Okay, we're making a motion which will allow this not to return as long as there is no legal implication to making this lot.
Motion.
That's a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
And the third, well, you're very slow, Mike.
Third.
Okay.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Everybody voted for it, so you don't have to come back unless we come up with a problem.
Thank you. And of course, the map will have to be signed by the chairman, so.
And the chairman would sign it before he knows. Because he came up with the other property.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, ladies.
Hold on, can we talk
We're not
about,
leaving yet, we have. What's that?
we talk about the,
Yeah, the official meeting is over, we're
Kelly.
now having a discussion now. Monday.
I will never ask the question.
he's got the attention.
So what's the situation?
A planning board member asked if we could start meeting at 6:30 like the zoning board does, just to go over the projects a little bit more amongst yourselves before you vote on them.
Have a work session before the meeting.
But it has to be public. As long as soon as there are three members present, we have to
It
be
does,
public.
yeah, because there's a quorum needed.
So the discussion is not among, will be publicly observed, even though it's among ourselves.
We used to do it in Thompson when I was there. We met at 6:30, talked with the engineer, almost like our meeting, but everybody was there. And at 7 o'clock, the meeting started. The public can be there, they can ask
They have to be
questions.
there. Yeah, they have to be allowed to.
Yeah, since you have a quorum, but the public can be there from 6:30 to 7, but they don't get to ask questions or anything like that. It's just a work session that we have before the
Yeah, we
meeting,
do
so
it for
everybody.
the ZBA, and I think it's a good
ZBA
chance,
is the-
because
we did it
otherwise it
ZBA
doesn't
also.
happen as far as like board communication on that front, so it is assuming the time works, I think it is a useful tool just to discuss any issues, and then it kind of allows more robust discussion during the meeting.
Yeah, I'm digesting it. Something, somebody want to say when we should? Herb?
If I have a question, I call you and ask you what it's all about.
Like you're saying, Irv, it just gives everybody the same opportunity that you're all together to ask questions before the meeting, that's it.
What does everybody, what's up the other people think?
That's what I want to hear. Paul?
Well,
Feel free
how
to
can
say
you,
it.
how can you say, sometimes we get an email 1 hour before the meeting, and I don't have time to look at everything, so I would say, yes, it would probably be a good thing.
Okay.
I guess, we're gonna get a little extra pay for that? No.
Well, let's see, half hour.
You got that raise last year.
Is
It's fine
that,
with
we
me.
call out 20%?
We'll try,
23.5 cents.
we'll try it for a couple months and see how it works, and if it's not doing us any benefits, we don't have to do it.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Well, you don't have to come, right? You show up at 7.
Can Helen and Dylan be here at 6:30?
Okay, my one question is, who's gonna tell my wife that dinner has to be even
You
earlier?
got that right.
Yeah, well, whoever, I have to
right.
tell my husband that he's not getting dinner.
Mine doesn't get dinner early, so it's okay.
Bucky can write a note.
You could end the meeting at 9:30 instead, so you get to the next game.
Thank you. We're not holding meetings on next night.
Getting a college assistant, which is a little scary.
Yeah, I heard that. All right, so we should make it a formal motion because we're changing planning board procedure. So somebody make the motion. If you haven't got the guts to do it, we don't have to do it.
I'll make the motion, and let's try it for 3 months, see what everybody thinks.
Okay, I like that, 3 months. 3 months trial, starting a half hour early. Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
All in favor? I guess it passes.
You got trump card, you can say no.
I would
Try it
go-
for 3 months.
I would go against the consensus of the board.
Are we done?
We're done, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry we didn't have a show on.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. I hear a motion, I hear a all in favor, aye.
That's what the judge is trying to.